All right, cool. Next thing I want to talk about is Sir Chill Ghost. Sir Chill Ghost Yanta. Guys, remember, Sir Chill had a game in the chokehold. Sir Chill had a game in the chokehold. I'm about to say, yeah. What's Clumis? Yeah. Guys, Sir Chill was that nigga, man. Jeez, the guy disappeared. So anyway, Sir Trill is back. He's on El Tito's podcast. Shout out to El Tito. And he's pretty much, he's exposing the industry. He's keep putting all the files. He's giving the tea, man. He's talking about all these producers didn't want to fuck with him no more. Niggas ain't working with him. Niggas took his songs. Niggas just used him for hype and then just tossed him aside. So, yes, he's really feeling some type of way and he's chopping it up with El Tito. So, we're going to watch that. I think it's quite interesting. Yeah, let's get it.
Understand this, and I want the people watching to fully understand. When you say we realized you went and collaborated and made their situations bigger, when you say you feel they didn't help you, how, in which way they could have helped you? You feel that they didn't come help
you? You're a producer, right?
Yeah.
I produce two sometimes, but I decided to leave that alone. Like I cannot do everything.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm a vocalist. Like we need each other. I need your production for me to have a song. You need a vocal for me to have a song for me. So definitely, obviously, like I need beats, like production. Or maybe let's say we are
the songs that you.
Wow, that's crazy. So am I disappeared? back. So yeah, you guys heard what he said. Pretty much, he would go into studio with these producers, work with them, obviously, and then make a whole bunch of tracks, and pretty much they would just keep the tracks. Not even distribute the tracks. I mean, because obviously, as you're going, when you work with a producer, you might make some shit for their album, you might make some shit for your album, you might make a single you guys can release together, one might be just yours, one might be just his, but it's like it's a collaborative effort, so you can't just like hog the entire, like, niggas, you make like 10 songs, motherfuckers take the whole 10 songs, it's giving party vibes, allegedly, you know what I mean? He doesn't say who, but yes, allegedly.
They take all the songs for themselves.
Yeah, for me. And at that time, I don't care because I'm like, my gents. For me. Like, these are boys. And then when it's time to make new songs for the album, for me, I know they got me, cool. And then you start making phone calls. For me. Like, obviously, after hit songs, money starts getting in.
So you can see, actually, that a lot of Sir Trill's recordings, you can see there was no split shits involved when Sir Trill was recording. You kind of gives off that vibes that the bro was just there, rendering his service, working with the guys. Yeah, Majita, we're working as that type of vibes. But definitely you can tell there's no paperwork inside, no fucking splitting the distribution of the song, no pointed of the songs, no registration of the song. Like the bro was just like really giving his vocals to people and they just made a whole bunch of money from it. You know what I mean? It's giving party vibes, allegedly.
Money starts getting in. Now you're making phone calls like, okay, now it's my turn. Let's do a social album. You guys have your own stuff. Just help me out this time. My dog.
Let's talk about the Trill album. Was labeled Ghost, right? Trill album Ghost. I think you had mixed reviews. People love the songs. But the only criticism was like a lot of people have heard the songs.
Yeah.
That's the only criticism. Because your talent can't be questioned.
Yeah.
It could be other things that's questioned.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So people have heard the songs because it's joints that you've had in the chart. And you put them in the album. Right? And we've saw a lot of interviews of you speaking, okay, most of the times when you're explaining a lot of situations with yourself, it seems in a way you're exploited by your label. Is that a fair assessment?
Most of the time when things would happen, I'll take it as a coincidence.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. For me, like maybe upload a song on Apple Music. Boom. The song goes from 67 to 27 to 20. And then the song is out of the, like is that normal? Like the song goes from 67, 27, and then it's out of the charts.
Yeah, man.
Not even going down, it's just out of the charts. So I didn't pay attention to those things for me for some time. And then I was like, nah, this is not a coincidence. And then.
That's crazy. Excuse me. So that's crazy. That's interesting. He says, obviously, he would make music, submit the music. His label would distribute the music. He would see it on chart. He doesn't mention which chart, maybe Spotify, maybe Apple Music. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of seems like he's speaking of a case of like, I don't know. That's interesting. Like where you release music. Obviously, like there's this whole thing in the industry that people like to do, like artists like to do. And it really like irks me when artists do this because a lot of these artists do it. We do it, South African artists do it, American artists do it. they tend to, when they release a project, be it a song, a single, whatever, they tend to show you that the song is number one the day it drops. You know what I mean? They'll show you that, oh, look, this song is number one. But it's just like, my guy, you just dropped this. So obviously, if you, I mean, there's a lot of music being dropped in the DSPs, definitely for sure. But if you're a prominent artist and you've just dropped an album, right? Definitely people are going to be checking for it. Definitely there's going to be a window of it being number one because people would want to go and listen to it. The real test is not for you to show me that your album's number one on the first day. My nigga, that's easy because niggas already checking to see what they want to hear, if they like what they're going to hear or not. You know what I mean? The test is to see, is this shit number one next week? Is this shit number one next month? Is this shit number one 3 months from now? Is this shit number one, you know, a year from now or close to number one there? You know what I mean? Like, that's the real test. So he's talking about when he releases music, it would like chart and it just disappear. So obviously it's just like you would just see, man, I'm talking too much.
People asking me like, why don't you go outside much? You can see everybody's going to the UK for me to buy everything. Everyone is asking me, well, why don't you go outside? Only to find out some artists that I work with went outside and said, don't book this dude.
Even why?
I don't know, but mostly it's because maybe one artist I know was performing songs that I was like I had with him.
Oh,
yeah, he was performing a song. So them calling me as a vocalist on that song, what does it do for him?
Close this away from him.
Yeah, so now they're gonna always obviously promoters always want a vocalist, the performer.
So he pretty much says it was blackballed. You know, if it's listening to him, niggas would people he's collaborated with, they would, you know, go out to Dubai and shit like that and say, hey, don't book that Trill. You see that ghost? Don't book the ghost. You know, that's crazy, man. That's really. There's always these crazy tricks and shit that behind the veil, you know, that you just find out every day like this. Yo, industry niggas like is rough, man. Like being like,
I understood. Okay, cool. And then go to other places and they're like, yo, bro, this person said to me, but you know, promoters are right. Like they're forced to book you for me. Maybe the crowd wants so short at the time. And then they actually book me and they actually meet me. And they actually, they're happy. Everybody's drinking. What's going to happen? They're going to end up saying the truth, right? They're going to have to say, oh, but you know, so-and-so said he must not book you, but we don't see what they were talking about.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Party said we mustn't book you. Allegedly, it's giving party. Damn, no, that's fucked up, man. That's really rough. That's really rough. So yeah, so Trill is like, he's gone through the most. You know, he's sort of like fallen out of spotlight. Niggas ain't really checking for him like that. He hasn't been on any of the hardest hits, you know, for a minute, you know. But yeah, he's pretty much saying why, you know. I guess he's going through the most. You know, going through the industry, you always get hit with some shockwaves, and it's just like, you know, that's why Drake says, no friends in the industry, my brothers been my brothers, man, you niggas not a killing me a fact. Because yeah, the industry niggas, yo, they're rough. But man, shout out to Sir Trill. At least he was, you know, honest and brave enough to share really what he's going through. But you guys go finish it, man. This shit, like, as I'm recording it, this shit is actually still recording. Like, it's still premiering live. That's how quick I got it. Crazy. But yeah, no, I hope he'll bounce back. He's Ghost, man. Like, he's still one of the niggas you can check for, because his voice, I mean, top. Remember, Ghost nigga, Sir Trill was killing things. He was killing things. Lockdown times. He was the guy, you know, and he can still be that dude, man. Just gotta figure it out. Shout out to El Tito. Shout out to Ghost, Young Tall. Let's move on.